Yo, we back. So look, this is the third installation of the leagues that we got. We got the open wheel, we got karting, and then we have the variety series, guys. So this is the second race of technically the variety series, but the first race that was at Horse Thief Mile was actually two of the three leagues that we have. It was actually one for the karting and then one for this variety series. So this is the first race we got, but I did terrible in qualifying. I actually wrecked in qualifying. I pulled a Perez, so we're starting all the way in the back, but we're just gonna see how we do with this race. It's a new experience, tire wear, fuel. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get to the grid. So we got two hot shots up front. We got Cripple. You guys have seen him in the karting races, but we have Frosty, which is super fast. But as you see, we're all the way in the back with Hennessy. But we're gonna be in Stoney's POV. We're trying something different today with the replay instead of just being my POV, and it actually turned out to be a lot better. So much more action. But first off, we're just gonna go ahead and get it to it. We're gonna try to go ahead and send it around Blazer, but we can't. But Stoney and Ajax, Stoney gets a pretty good start, but he kind of goes a little bit deep into the corner. But him and Ajax are super even going into the straight, and you guys just see the pack back here. It's just crazy. It's gonna be so much to commentate, and shit gets into the dirt a little bit. But Stoney is gonna try to make this move on the outside on Ajax, and can he make it go? Yes, he can, but that makes shit is gonna kind of try to get on the outside of Ajax now. He doesn't get it done, but Stoney is gonna ahead and get that move done on Ajax, but Ajax is still kind of there. So let's see what happens. Oh, and I lock up a little bit right there, but it kind of doesn't do anything. Stoney does keep his place, but that enables shit to come get into it. And we're gonna get into the action right here. So we're gonna dive down the inside of Sugar right now, and we're gonna go on the outside of it. Try to go on the outside of Ajax, but I just almost squeeze shit to the dirt. But we're gonna keep the position we have right here. We're gonna ride the high line right now. I'm gonna try to dive down. It kind of doesn't work for us, but you guys see the two leaders. They're just walking right. They actually started on softs, so he started on soft, and then Cripple started on soft. Frosty, it worked out for him, but Cripple, not so much. I don't really know why they really wanted to start on the soft, but it didn't really give them that much of an advantage. And the reason I'm saying that is because really me and Sugar really didn't have much of a strategy of a plan, really. So I feel like if we would have had like a complete strategy, not saying as like we're a team, but he definitely had more of a strategy than I did, and I still was like almost beat him, but I made a few mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But this is another one of those races where it was just like I kind of barely practiced throughout the week. I did practice, but not as much. It was just like, bro, I gotta practice a whole like usually I practice in GTA whole stints, but this is crazy. This is an endurance race with fuel and tire wear and degradation, and you know what I'm saying? And it's just totally different. But the next race I'll be a little bit more prepared, but really practicing. I'm not gonna, because I'm keeping it up with this, not practicing as much, but this, you definitely need practice for this. This is totally different than karting, where it's like no tire wear or no fuel or anything like that. But yeah, but this race was way better than I thought it was. I've been kind of sleeping on GT Sport a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? Still a little bit of attached to GTA, but Sugar is gonna try to make a move down on the inside of Stoney right now, and he is the latest of the late breakers. It's going ahead and get that move on the outside. So, and then we're stuck down in P6, I believe, behind Ajax. And there's a really tight battle going on between us four right now, and I'm going to go ahead and get into the mix. And I think everybody else started on the hard tire, and then those two up front started on the soft. So, I think one of them stopped 4 times, and I think Frosty stopped 4 times, or Cripple stopped 4 times. I went a little bit. There was a bit of a weird, wacky line I did there. My braking was a little bit weird, so I had to get used to that throughout the laps. But One thing that was kind of annoying me is this stuff on the bottom. I wanted to trim this up so you didn't have to see the pause button and all that. I wanted to trim that up so you didn't have to see any of that, but it is what it is. But right now it's kind of a stalemate between those four. I'm just trying to figure everything's out at the moment. I'm just trying to size the whole situation up and see what we can do, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, you got to manage as well, but Ajax is gonna try to size up a bit of an attack on his teammate right now, so that's gonna open up the gate for us, and he's gonna send it down the inside. And Stoney, oh, I gotta sneeze. Stoney kind of left the door open a little bit, but we're just gonna come in on the inside. We're just gonna come on the inside with that Ferrari power, and we're just gonna fly right past him. We're just gonna fly right past him, and Stoney's a little bit there on the inside. Can I clear him? We're gonna go ahead and clear him. So I locked up a little bit. That's like I think I've locked up like every lap now, just a little bit. But now we're gonna move on, see what we can do with see how we can catch up to shit. So we're doing pretty good laps right now, a 2:04.9, which is pretty solid. A 10th down, but that's probably because we were just battling. Lock up again, slight bit. We got Blazer in the back. I gave him my setup, and me and him actually going to team up in this, and maybe karting, but for sure this. But he is a lot limited on time, so it doesn't really matter. We're not really doing any constructors or anything right now, but it's good to get a little bit of a preview. But I made him a livery, I made him a suit, so he's got his own little personal sponsors that I gave him, so you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be pretty cool. But Frosty's out there, they're flying right now. But those tires only last for a lap, so you guys are gonna see right here, Sugar is right behind them. They really should be a lot further ahead up the road than they are. So we're literally sticking right here. The first couple laps, you know what I'm saying, they were flying, but now you'll see Sugar is right behind him. I'm right behind Sugar, so we're right here, you know what I'm saying? So didn't really do much for him. Not really much gapping really happened, except for Frosty's pretty consistent, but Cripple wasn't on the same. I feel like Cripple should have just went on the hards, and because obviously Frosty knew what he was doing, and Cripple just wanted to, I guess, do what he was doing. But Cripple does go in the pits eventually, so that first stint was kind of wasted for him, I feel like, and he's just gonna come. He's gonna come in behind Stoney, I think, and he's gonna go onto the medium tire, which is crazy. Now that I think about it, he goes from and Stoney's gonna dive down on Ajax on his second to last turn, but Ajax is gonna hold that position. Stoney goes a little bit too deep into the turn. That's crazy right there. So, but we do a little bit of a rewind at this moment. So Cripple comes in behind Stoney, goes on to the mediums. And right now, me and Shit are just me and him are running the same pace, so we're kind of conserving right now. But Stoney and Ajax are just throwing jabs at each other like crazy, and then Cripple, you'll see he's gonna try to make his move on these fresh tires that he has on lap 5. We want to see what kind of outlap he gets on these tires, because I put in. Oh, you guys will see the lap I put in on my outlap. You guys will see it, but we can kind of compare and contrast when we get there. But right now, it's a pretty good start to the race. Everything's been fairly clean. Nobody's been punted. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? So the start of this season is pretty good. Alsace Village is really good track. Slept on it. I think I got into the dirt there a little bit. But we're right here beside. And Ajax is going to try to go down, dive on the inside. Stoney's going to try to go wide and probably straighten up here. But you see Cripple's going to try to make that move. And he gets a real squirrely, and gets into Stoney's left rear tire. And he's going to try to make a move down on his inside, go super deep into the dirt. But he's got that grip. He's got that medium tire, so he's going to have to make it stick. And he will make it stick, but that might kill him in the end, to be honest. It might kill him in the end. But he's going to make that move stick. He's going to brake way late, super late. Really good braking right there, solid braking. Ajax gets a solid exit, but with the tire difference, it doesn't really matter. But he gets a little bit too deep into that corner, and it kind of bounces him out. So Stoney's gonna come back and capitalize on try to capitalize on my stake, and you see up in the top left, Frost is going to pit, and freaking Cripple just dives, is just diving at Stony, and he backs out and gives him position back. But Frosty pits. Frosty is going to go, I believe, because he's gonna make the smart move and go onto the hard tire. Meanwhile, Cripple is on the medium. Well, it's an endurance race at the end of the day, so it's not a, you know what I'm saying, it's literally an endurance race at the end of the day. But Frosty is right here, Stoney's right here, Cripple's right here, Ajax is just right up the road. Cripple is gonna make this move, and I kind of go on the dirt right there, but Cripple's gonna make that move on Frosty. But I'm just trying to stay in arm's length within Sugar, and I'm just gonna react and do whatever, you know what I'm saying, and do whatever he does, because our tire situation is most likely exactly the same. But maybe we could have afforded to go one more lap. I think Stoney's gonna try to dive down. Ooh, Stoney was gonna try to dive down on Frosty there, and we got a onboard view right here of Cripple getting ready to make a move on Ajax. Will he send it? He tries to have a look, but he's gonna send Ajax a little bit wide, and he gets that grip, and he's gonna go ahead and fly right past Ajax. So really clean, really good racing right now, and it only gets better, to be honest. So we're about 4 seconds away from shit. In this turn, I was kind of struggling a little bit on these tires because I didn't know whether to brake late, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to, but I think shit was having the similar problem. So we'll see by the end of this lap what kind of lap that he gets, and compared to the kind of lap that I get. That's what I'm looking at right now. So we are running the same exact lap. Like, we are running the same lap. So Frosty has the fastest time of a 2:02. I think that's a 2:02.7. Ajax was putting a lot of power into that corner. He should have kind of let off the gas and then let the corner turn him in instead of. My bad. I'm literally trying to clear my nose. That's so disgusting, but it's getting chilly outside, so I can't even really. I think somebody's trying to make a move on somebody up here, but we're on the onboard view of Stoney. Stoney's laps for him have been pretty good for in the situation he's in. Him and Ajax are clearly on the same pace. Ajax gets a little bit wiggly right there, and Stoney, I imagine, is gonna try to capitalize on that, and he's gonna go down the inside. So Ajax just doesn't have the grip to just keep that defensive line. But really good battles from these two. And what I like about these Save Reap clips, I can get these really nice. I don't have to focus on myself the whole time. I can focus on anybody else. I can get these really good angles of every other battle that's going on the track, and it's just way more intriguing and way more entertaining for the watcher, whoever's watching. So I'm just trying to perfect my craft, and I'm trying to incorporate music into my videos, and I'm only doing this on Share Factory. That's literally it. But when I get onto the computer, it's going to be a whole different beast, and our pace is dropping. So we're 2.7 down. Just that sector is 2.7 down. So, but our last lap was a 2. Shoot, our last lap was a 2:08. Shit's last lap was a 2:06, I believe, if that's what I can see. But it's lap 7. We're still going. Cripple and Frosty are in 3rd and 4th, right behind me. A little bit deep, but I'll take that for the state the tires were in. But we're gonna cut here, and Cripple is making a move on Frosty right now, which is crazy, but not really at the same time, because Cripple is on the medium tire and Frosty is on the hard. But if I were Frosty, I wouldn't really worry about it too much, because Ajax gets a little squirrely there, locks up hard. Stoney's probably might come back, capitalize on that. These guys have been going. Have been going the whole race, but Cripple's on that medium tire, so we're gonna see if he can at least try to manage. But Frosty's on that hard, so Frosty can't afford to battle him and and kind of wear his tires out by just battling with him, because it's not really gonna hurt him. It's not really gonna hurt him much as it's gonna hurt Cripple if he battles with Cripple. So going from a soft to a medium in endurance, to me, probably wasn't the smartest idea. But but Cripple's gonna dive down the inside. The good thing for Frosty, he notices it and he tries to move out the way, because that was a major dive bomb. So we're gonna see if Cripple can capitalize off of this and gap. So and then Stony is right behind Ajax. We have Blazer. We have Nunn and Island. We got Hennessy, who spins it. He spins it and he wrecks into the wall. And tough for him. He didn't really. I don't really think he practiced much, but Hennessy's a cool dude. Hennessy, that's a really nice livery he has though on that McLaren. I tried the McLaren. It just wasn't for me. I needed something I could, you know what I'm saying, I could wrestle the car with and turn, and it had a pointy front nose, and the Ferrari had that, especially with the setup that I had. Props to Cripple for the setup. Cripple gave me that setup, and it was really good. It really did me a favor, and Blazer too, because I ended up giving the Blazer the setup. He said he really liked it, but it's me, Frosty, and Cripple right now, and then Ajax and Stony behind in the Porsches. They have a super funny livery that I like. It's a really nice livery. I like it. It's different. Lock up again, and I decided, I'm like, look, you guys are on a way faster pace, so I'm gonna let them by and not battle with them, so I don't lose like crazy time to Sugar. And I just did it again. So I let them by, so I didn't lose any crazy time. And you see, Sugar's right up the road, so we're just gonna respond whatever. We're not really fighting with Frosty and Cripple, especially not Cripple, because my man's has literally gone from a soft to a medium and is behind us. So I'm not worried at all. But Frosty, yes. Cripple, not as much, because I was like, how, like, is that really gonna work? Like, I don't really think it's gonna work. You've already stopped twice, and we haven't even stopped once. Well, no, he stopped one time. He stopped one time, I believe. Was it one time? Yeah, he stopped one time. He had already stopped one time. But I'm talking about he stopped twice. He only stopped one time. But Ajax and Stony. Can we get that battle? Sugar goes into the pits, so I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna go right into the pits, because if I want another lap, I wasn't gonna gain any time or anything like that. But from the looks of it, Ajax is in front of Stony, and then Cripple is gonna pit right when we pit. So it was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, you might as well just went, you know what I'm saying? You kind of wasted some time. I don't know how I spent so much time in the pits, but I guess. And then Cripple is gonna come out, and he's gonna come out on. He comes out on the mediums again. So, but he has full fuel this time, so he's gonna come out on the mediums again. But we got Frosty running in P1. Provisionally, we have Ajax and Stony, which are really, they're like a net P5 and a P6, I think, or net P4 and P5. And then me and Sugar are net P3 and P4, or P2 and P4, P2 and P3. And then Cripple is a net P4, I believe, or net P5. That's where he should be. But we go ahead, we cleared Blazer right there. So now, at this moment, this is where my strategy starts to get interesting. This is the part, the first stint, you're trying to gain as much ground as you can, but when you get to the second and the third, like that's where the management starts to come in. So this is where this is a big learning curve for me, especially this actually being my first like league race, doing like tires, like looking at the tires and then looking at the fuel and conserving. I did stuff in SF19 or whatever, and I did like, I don't know, like 15 lap, 10 lap, you know what I'm saying, races or whatever, and did the same thing. But this is like real endurance racing, so it's good for the league, really. So, but Ajax, Stoney, at first I thought Stoney had a super long pit, but he didn't. But he comes out right behind Ajax. So we're gonna see what these guys can do. We got Urus, Hennessy, and Island in the back, Frosty in the front, Sugar's still there, and you see me in the background. I'm gaining on Sugar every single lap. So we're gonna go ahead and watch and see what happens here. But I could tell he was definitely conserving, because I'm like, there's no way we were running the same laps. There's no way I'm catching him. So I know I'm pushing super hard, and it might kill me in the end. The tires ended up not really killing me, but I think it was more of the fuel that ended up killing me, because I think he's kind of conserving right now at the moment. But oh, cripple, those mediums are maybe starting to fall off a little bit. So Stoney goes back into the pits. I don't know what happened to him. I think he spun out. Hennessy goes into the pits. It was a bitch chopping this shit up. I'm not gonna lie. This video was a bitch trying to chop up. I didn't want to get any. I wanted to get all the action. I didn't want any dull parts. Any of just, like, you know what I'm saying. I wanted to get all the action. Just the whole video is just straight action. This video went from like an hour, and I chopped a whole 20 minutes down, which was pretty good. But Blazer's gonna try to make this move on Island, and Island just literally just hops out the way. I don't know if his cable's not working or what's going on. But I don't really know anybody who would do that, so it's poor racing right there. But we're gonna go ahead and move on from that. But Cripple looks like he's struggling a little bit, maybe. I don't really know what his tires were like, but as you can see, I'm on a charge trying to catch Sugar right now. I think my tires would have did good, but it was literally my fuel consumption has to get better. I'm new at this, so this is my first race, so it's a big learning curve. I'm gonna put in a little bit more practice. So but I'm right behind him, and as you can see, he's putting in 205, 204s, 205, 204. So he's putting in those same consistent laps he was putting in before on the first stint. But if you go back, and we go back to my POV in a second, you look at my laps. I'm running 204, 203, 204, 202. So I'm pushing super hard, like crazy. Island goes into the pits on lap 14, so I think this is his second stop, maybe his first. On the pace he was going, and you can see that Sugar goes into the dirt right there and takes it a little bit. So we're just gonna creep right behind him and see if we can force him to make a mistake. But we're just gonna be super conservative right here and just wait for an opening. But we're gonna, it's, you know, being very passive aggressive at this moment. So we're gonna brake a little bit early, see if maybe there's a switchback, but he guards inside, so we're like, okay. Gets a little bit squirrely on that exit. And we're just gonna keep chopping the time down and applying that pressure. As you see right here, we're gonna brake right about the same time. Cut in the inside, try to force him a little bit outward, and we're gonna get a straight exit to try to put that power down earlier. He's gonna guard the inside. He's gonna try to cover me off, and we're just gonna cover the outside, and we're gonna get that switchback. We're gonna use that Ferrari power and put the power down. Let's see if we can make this move stick through this straight, and we get it done. He tries to get a little bit of a look, but it got me to open up. It did get me to open up, so that was a pretty decent move by him. That's what I did to him in the last couple corners. I thought he was gonna attack me, and he got me to open up, which is a pretty solid move by him. But now we're just gonna try to keep him behind us. And I always do this. I'm so good when I'm chasing somebody, but when I'm out front, it's just weird. But Frost is still trying to recover from his pit. Cripple is still trying to recover, and right now it's just the lead is just me and Sugar right now at the moment. So that last lap he runs a 2:06 or 2:05, I believe. It's super blurry. I don't really understand why. He tries to go deep. We get the better line right there, I believe. I could have cut in on the apex a little bit more. We go super wide to get that good speed out, and he's in a slipstream right now. So see what he can do. We go mad deep. We go super deep, but we kind of recover a little bit. And he was shifting a little bit awkwardly from the sounds of it. I don't really know what was going on. But last lap was a 2:07, so the tires are kind of. It's either my pace. I think it was me. I don't really think the tires were falling off. I think it was just me. But 2:05, 2:04. That was after we passed them. We're not really hustling anymore. At this moment, I should have just managed, and I think that's what I was trying to do. But I wasn't managing as hard as I could. But next race, I'm definitely gonna. Ooh, we kind of made a little bit of a mistake. We're a little bit too wide. Hit the apex wrong, and it kind of jumped us out, and he might capitalize on this, but we're gonna go ahead and keep it going. Get a pretty solid turn there. It could have been better. As you see, he's kind of trying to do the same thing I was doing, being very passive aggressive and just waiting until I made a mistake, but applying the pressure at the same time, just kind of just seeing if any window opens. And he's going to cut down super hard here, gain that speed. Doesn't really gain much, but as you see, we still do have the pace advantage. So I brake super late here, and I get a super good turn out of here. He gets a better one though, which is crazy. Oh, I think we went wide there? No, we didn't. Yeah, every lap you just couldn't run that as hard. You just see Frosty right behind us. So, and he's running on the I don't know what tire he's. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, I literally fell asleep on the wheel. I fell asleep on the wheel. I was trying to figure out, like, okay, like, there's a lot of stuff going on in my brain right now. I'm like thinking about the strategy. I'm thinking about all these types of things, but I'm putting a little bit too much more energy on thinking about that than the actual race. So I fuck up and make a mistake. So I got to pit. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. So we're gonna throw on hard tire. Oh wait, I think we throw on the medium. So we throw on the medium. So now we're trying to make some ground back. And we're still in fourth. We didn't get overtaken. My controller just died. Oh, I hope you guys can hear me. But yeah, we didn't we didn't get overtaken by Ajax or Blazer. So now we're chasing Cripple. But Frosty is right behind Sugar. And I believe Frosty is still on the hard tire, I believe. I don't know. I don't know what tire he's on, but from the looks of it, he's running 206, 204, 202, 2. Yeah, I think he's on the hards for sure. And he's just running super clean, consistent laps. But Sugar has a straight line speed, I'm not gonna lie. Sugar goes deep. They both kind of go deep, but he goes deep again, so the pace is kind of falling off. Sugar's just like, bro, I'm going in. So Sugar goes in, and I believe that's the first stint for him. Is that the first stint? This is the second stop, I believe. I don't know what I'm talking about. We pitted on lap 9. So we pitted on lap 9 or 8 or 9. I believe he could have went maybe one more. But now we're right here, so this is just awkward. It's just like, how? Like, what strategy, like, are we all, like, what are we all, like, we're all running different shit right now. It's all like, bruh. Crazy. Ajax comes out behind Cripple. He's struggling on these tires. Blazer comes out, he puts on the mediums. I think I should have just put the hards on. If I could redo this, I would put the hards on, and then I would put the hards on, and then I'll tell you what I would have did after. But we put on the medium, and we're just flying right now. So now we're trying to make up ground to shit, and we're really having fuel problems. I didn't think I was gonna have fuel problems, but I had fuel problems. So, and Sugar wasn't having any fuel problems. He was definitely managing for sure, and I could definitely tell. And we weren't managing. We just didn't manage the whole freaking time. We were just, the whole race we were pushing. Literally the whole race we were pushing. So, big learning experience for me. You can't just push the whole freaking time. You gotta actually practice to get the pace, you know what I'm saying? So, like these guys did, I think. But I don't really think they practiced just as much as I did, really, like, for real, like. But we're catching, as you see. Lap by lap. We run a 2:02.4. That is the fastest lap of the race. And we skip to here. And you see, I'm literally just right there. I'm literally just right there trying to size him up. You know what I'm saying? See what happens. See if we can get him to make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? He's made a little bit of some mistakes in the past, in a couple laps. So we're trying to see what we can do. Just pressuring him, just seeing whatever line he runs. And then, you know what I'm saying, we're just going to try to combat that. That's one thing I am really good at is adapting. When I am behind somebody, I could just, you know what I'm saying, just really attacking is really my thing. Defending is too when I am in that certain situation. But against Frosty, he was just on a faster set of tires. There's nothing I could have did. There was no reason to defend. So, and our fight just wasn't with him, and there was just no way. So we just had to let him through. Our fight was really with Sugar. So, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, one thing I'm not gonna do is literally just slow down and blue flag like I'm a lapped back marker. It's what I'm not gonna do. But Sugar runs a 203 right there. We're running basically the same times, but now we're just on his ass. So we skip to the next lap. I believe that's what this is the next lap. We ran a 203.1. He ran a 203.8. So we're 7/10 faster. We're gonna try to maybe get a look here. We're gonna set him up, send him a little bit wide, but yeah, he has to go a little bit wide. So now we're gonna see if we can send it and make a move down here. We're gonna get this little panoramic view, is what I believe is a panoramic view. I'm not sure, but we're gonna send it down the inside. We're gonna try to squeeze just a little bit, and we're gonna try to use that Ferrari power. But that Lamborghini power is pretty freaking strong too. But so I'm like, okay, all right. Let me fight for another day. Cripple pits again, and I think now he's gonna go onto a soft tire. He's gonna go onto a soft tire. Cripple probably would have been right behind Frost if he didn't. I don't know why he's like this is a Grand Prix. This isn't a Grand Prix. This is an endurance race. No disrespect to him, but you know what I'm saying. We're all learning here. He obviously struggled with the tire strategy. I struggled with the fuel strategy. So you know what I'm saying. We both made mistakes. I'm not trying to sit here and sell him out or anything like that, but you know what I'm saying. It's all everything we can learn. We all can learn. But as you see here, we do get the move off on Sugar, and he's gonna send it down the inside. And this is the point where I'm like, damn, I don't have enough fuel to go to the end. Sugar does. I don't. And he's on the hard tire. I think. Yeah, he's on the hard tire. So I'm like, bruh, I don't know what to do. So I was like, look, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the super soft for the, cause look, it's a 50-minute race. You see the bottom left, it's 47. So we have 3 minutes left. That's about 2 laps. I should have pitted earlier. I should have pitted at like 42, 40. Really, I should have pitted like 42, and I could have had 4 laps to catch him. And I go onto the super softs, and now I'm gunning, cause. And I only put in about 3 laps of fuels, and I turned the power on. I'm going. I'm like, bro, I could have, you know what I'm saying? So it was just so much I could have did. It was so much I could have did. I got the strategy all wrong. So, and plus me making the mistake, it just wasn't. It just wasn't good. But we're gonna try to chase him down and do as hard and do as much as we can. But at the end of the day, we can't really do it. But on the last lap, I believe this is, or one of the last laps for these guys, Stoney's gonna try to make this move on Blazer. I believe Blazer is on old tires, cause Stoney did go. I think Stoney is on mediums, I believe, or hards. He's on medium. I think he's on hards though. But Blazer, I believe, is on an old set of hard tires, and then I think Stoney's on a fresher set. So Stoney goes a little bit wide there. So really weird line. They both kind of had. They're both probably like super dead on the tires. If you look at their if you go back and look at their times, you could probably tell. But we're blazing right now. We're running purples. This really should be a 201. I messed it up in the last 2 turns, trying to go so fast. But we still did get in the fastest lap. But this is Frosty. I believe this is Frosty's first race. Cripple's second. So congratulations to Frosty. Frosty is gonna get this win in the books. So congratulations to him. Ajax doesn't make it across the line, so he's gonna go ahead and finish in P5 where he finishes. But we had to make sure we got an extra lap, so we could at least, you know what I'm saying, hopefully Sugar makes a mistake, or you know what I'm saying, something. But we're running mad quick right now, so really good laps on these soft tires. But we just can't make it happen. We do get a podium though, which is always great. A stat that I do have In all three, I have scored a podium in every single race, in every single, well, cap, I didn't, except for Horse Thief Mile, I didn't race there. But every race I've attended, I have scored a podium, which is crazy. But we're gonna finish P3. Sugar's gonna finish P2. My guy Frosty is gonna get a P1. Congratulations to him. And Cripple is gonna come home for a P4. So congratulations to Cripple on that. Congratulations to everybody else. It was a really good race. I was impressed. I was like, damn. But here's basically the rundown. You guys can see I ran a 42, whatever that is. I'm probably just gonna move around here for a little bit because this is after the fact. But first sector is a 42.8. Second sector is a 21.6. You guys can see at the bottom, and then you can see whatever the third sector is because it's super blurry. And we're on a 2:02.4. Fastest lap at the race, which is surprising to me. I didn't think that was gonna happen. So you guys can see everything right there. Everybody's fastest laps and all that. But yeah, so it was a really, really good race overall. Congratulations to everybody. We're gonna have this race again in 3 weeks, and then we have karting at Dragon Trail next week. So here are the points for Alsace Village. You guys just seen this, so we're not really gonna talk about this much. But we can go into the season points. So I missed a race, but Sugar's in first with 30, Stony in second with 25, Frosty in third with 20, and then Ajax with 19, Island with 12, and then me with 12. So we missed out on that first race, so it was kind of unfortunate for us, but for Horse Thief Mile, but we would have did good there for sure. I kind of regret not coming, but I forgot to put in the score for Bristol. So we ended up getting the fastest lap there, and we got the podium on the last race. The first races were terrible, but we got the fastest lap overall, which is good. So with all these league stuff, we're performing very good. So that's always good to know. But yeah, so we just got to keep fighting. As you can see, Soldier up there. Soldier is back. Crazy. Soldier's back. So here are the actual season 4 standings for the open wheel GTA. We are in second. We had to get first over, we had to get a better result over Elite. So we go over 2 points for Elite. Viper actually retired from the race, so he surrendered his points. So now he's only 3 points ahead of us. And then you got Sugar in fourth with it's just crazy. It's just gonna be crazy. And then here are the constructor standings for the open wheel series. Viper couldn't get us those extra. Probably he would have got extra, you know what I'm saying, in the teens. So we're in first with 81. Alpha Octane got a team switch. They have 60, and then so on and so forth. With next race will be up at the Sandy Shores Grand Prix. I'm gonna see y'all later. Peace.